Hi, today I would like to talk about a topic. It is very, very important topic and it is really ignored by even managers, the guys who supposed to really care about such topic. It's about scheduler. But I mean, arranging your calendar, arranging your scheduler during the work hours. It is very important topic and it is not, doesn't have much focus, but I start to have the focus about that topic, about how my calendar should look like when especially start to work remote. It's very important when you are working remote to manage your time, and to manage your time you have to know what is in, what is out, what is in my calendar, what is out of my calendar, and how much time I should assign to a specific task. And this topic is it doesn't have a lot of focus on it, and even me during my career I used to ignore it, or I used to say okay fine, I'm just working. But started to work remote, I found that I'm wasting a lot of time doing a lot of things which is not concerning me, or doing extra effort, or not able to communicate what I'm doing during my day or so ever. And that's when the focus I start to put a focus on that topic. So as software engineer, I will talk about what concerning like software engineers, what should be in their calendar. Definitely depend on your project, depend on your company or so ever, or depend also on your role, what's required from you. But when you start your role, you should start first to ask the question, what is expected from me? Most probably software engineers expected from them writing code. That is the main task. And this should have a huge weight in your calendar. I usually assign around 5 hours of focus time for 5 hours writing code. So I have 8 hours per day, 5 hours to write code. And sometimes even it's more than that, but I mean, this is just something I put in my calendar. Okay, those are 5 hours for coding. And usually I put this time during my focus time. So you find everyone have his own like good time to write code. Some they are during the day, during the night. It depends on you, and especially if you are working remote, it really doesn't matter when you write code as long as you get the job done. So you put the maximum when you are in your maximum focus. This is the time when you should start to write code, and this should put in your calendar. If it's 10 a.m. until 5, if it's 10 a.m. until 4, 3, just put that, okay, this is my focus time, this is the time I will sit and write code. That's the most important task when you are a software engineer. Then you have another task which is usually concerning the job for software engineer is core hours to communicate with the team. Usually we communicate with the product team to understand the feature or so ever, or communicate with other colleagues to understand what's going on a task, or need help on a task. Those core hours usually I add them in the focus time. If I need to communicate with someone or somebody need to communicate with me, then I give him help or support. It's usually across the calendar, but I sometimes assign a specific time just for communication, just to understand the ticket or so ever, or a certain new ticket. So I usually put 1 hour, 2 hours to communicate with the entire team, either helping them or they help me on something. I think this is enough time to just reach out to guys and then respond to them as well. And also you can add in that time your emails, if you have any emails, or accepting invitations or so ever. That's more about communication with the team. Then you have another time for daily stand-ups or meetings in general. This is going to be your, I think, the rest of the day. As a software engineers, we don't have much meetings to attend, but usually the daily 30 minutes more or less, sometimes grooming, sprint planning. So you assign this time for meetings. Definitely your calendar can be flexible. It's not the same across whole days, across whole months. It depends. Sometimes you have monthly meetings, sometimes you have daily meetings, sometimes you have 2 or bi meetings or so ever. So you assign the time for the meetings, and then you take from the time for the coding or for communicating with the team. It depends. So those are the three things: meetings, communications, and communication should be in the core hours. Meetings should be as needed, and then we have the focus time for writing code. There might be a requirement to review code. Some teams, they don't really need you to review code. Some teams, they need you to review code. So also you can add the time to review code. Of course, you have 8 hours, so you take from the meeting time, let's say, and add on review code or so ever. And there is another time also. Sometimes companies assign a time for training, if you have some training to catch up. So this is, again, it take from your calendar, from your time. And usually if you are jumping into new projects or so ever, this will be at the max. Then it will be low when you are already like in the middle of the quarter or so. So you don't need any trainings anymore. But it's part of the calendar, and it is part of your calendar as software engineer in general. You have always to learn and know new stuff. This is my daily calendar. I rarely add or remove something from the calendar according to the project need. Again, sometimes you are a lead, then you have to mentor other engineers, or you have more meetings. So it depends on the situation, but that's kind of the basic requirements for a software engineer. More or less, it depends on your role. And it's very important. Imagine if you have 10 engineers, if their calendar is not correct, they are not working on what is expecting from them, we are going on a wrong direction. In the strategic, on the long term, we are going on a wrong direction. And if our calendar is set up as expected, as needed, so you are a software engineer, this was required from you, this is what you should do, and this is your calendar, those are the tasks you are working in, you are definitely going to match the company organization expectation. Imagine if you have 100 employees, 200, 1,000, 2,000, more. How you will manage all those guys? They have to work on a task-based, scheduler-based, and then they are all working together to achieve the same goal. So it is a very important topic, and you have to take care of your time. And in general, if you have any goal to achieve, you have the time is a significant resource. Your time is very important. So you have to assign time for your family, assign time for your work, assign time for development, assign time for the future plans. You have to look at where you're spending your time. If you are spending your time on things which is not important, you have to exclude them from your life and add things which will add value to your life. That's how it works, so that you can achieve something in your future. So it's not only about work, but in general in your life. I hope that's useful, and I hope you start to consider and think about it in a different way. And it's a huge topic. I just wanted to focus on a specific case, which is like if you are a software engineer, what to put in your calendar, that's all. But you can expand your knowledge about time and managing your time, managing your schedule. It will really change your life. I hope this is useful. We'll see you next time.